Yo guys, what's going on? Senzu here, and today we're going to talk about, the official website for, the Dragon Ball film that's coming out this year in December, December 14th to be exact. We're going to talk about that, the new poster art, and just some things in general, what I think. So let's get into it. First and foremost, what I want to kind of stress to people is don't always immediately like what you see on Facebook being shared, or when you open up your phone and you're looking up things. Like if you have an Android device, right, and you go to the default Google section, it's going to have headlines based off of what you search for. One of the most common ones that people are going to see is comicbook.com. Now, I'm not a big fan of comicbook.com when it comes to Dragon Ball related content, because there's tons of other official sources that you can use that are strictly dedicated straight to the Dragon Ball forum. So one of my favorite ones that I like to use is Kaizenshu. Anytime I'm looking for official Dragon Ball news, that's where I'm going to go. They are always going to publish content that I know is going to be trustworthy, and they're not going to do things with clickbaity titles, so you're going to click it just to give the the hits. So like for example, there was a thing saying on comicbook.com, Toei confirms Dragon Ball Super is continuing. Now, maybe I'm wrong, From the research that I did, I wasn't able to see Toei explicitly say, oh, Dragon Ball Super is not ending. What I was able to see was in regards to Akira Toriyama's comment about the new Dragon Ball movie. He simply says, in one of the sentences that he made, he says, "Now then, the animated version on the TV will be ending for the time being, but the very popular Dragon Ball Super comic drawn by Toyo Taro will keep going as is." All right, not sure where you're getting Toei from that, not at all. And at the same time, we already knew the manga was going to continue, and then on top of that, him saying ending for the time being. That if that's a confirmation for you that Dragon Ball Super is going to come back again as an anime, then you're following too loosely. Dragon Ball as an entity, I know for a fact, because this is my gut. I mean, it's doing well. It's going to come back in an anime publication, but I want you guys to understand that it doesn't mean when it comes back it's going to be Dragon Ball Super. It could very well be another Dragon Ball show. It could be another Dragon Ball title, and it could very well be continuing from Dragon Ball Super, but it doesn't mean it's still Dragon Ball Super. So just kind of keep those things in mind, guys. Always stick with the official sources. I mean, if you go on comicbook.com, dude, they got another article where it says, it literally said that Toei confirmed Frieza's involvement in the new movie. Frieza's involvement has not been confirmed in the new movie. Toriyama just specifically stated that one of the things that he wanted to, dude, it's right here. I'll just read it to you. All right, this is what Akira Toriyama's public statement was, that has been since translated officially in regards to the new movie. The Dragon Ball Super movie this time will be the next story in the series currently airing on TV. It will be an episode after catching our breath from the climax of the Tournament of Power, with the universe's existence on the line, with content that will give a little better understanding about Frieza and the Saiyans. So that part right there, with content that will give a little better understanding about Frieza and the Saiyans. That has nothing to do with Frieza's involvement, okay? And so when they say it's confirming his involvement, it doesn't mean that article sounds like, hey, this is exactly what Frieza is going to be doing, and this is how he's going to be involved in the next Dragon Ball movie. Okay, that's how that comes off to me. So you got to be very mindful of the sources that you use, the articles that you share, and what knowledge you're claiming to know, okay? We have to wait until we know factually what's going to happen before we use terms like confirm and, involvement confirm, things like that. So let's get back into it, okay? I'm going to start over. The Dragon Ball Super movie this time will be the next story in the series currently airing on TV. It will be an episode after catching our breath from the climax of the Tournament of Power, with the universe's existence on the line, with content that will give a little better understanding, and I say content, I mean content, with content that will give a little better understanding about Frieza and the Saiyans, which I had not properly depicted up till now, and leading to a mighty foe saved for the occasion, which I think has it shaping up to be a really enjoyable story. As with 2013's Battle of Gods and the last outing, Resurrection of F, I've written the story myself, and I've had the privilege of drawing lots of design illustrations as well. The fact is, While I'm just as busy as ever, as long as I'm not doing a serial, I have plenty of free time to think about the animated version, which I was completely hands off about before. So please look forward to it. Now then, the animated version on TV will be ending for the time being, but the very popular Dragon Ball Super comic drawn by Toyo Taro, which is on sale now up through Volume 5, will keep going as is. I think there will be a story and developments different from the TV show and the movie. So please look forward to that as well. I will be too, Akira Toriyama. And so in response to the announcement, Toyo Taro also tweeted the following. With that in mind, the comic will continue as a comic. So those are the official statements from Akira Toriyama, and then of course that last bit from Toyo Taro. So now that we've, I've gotten my comments about, making sure you validate your sources, making sure you always are communicating information as followers in a community to other people correctly. That's really what you want to do. Let's look at the new art for Goku here. I love it. It's very loose looking. So if you compare Dragon Ball Super Goku's, like one of his default character portraits, and you compare this one, there's several differences here, guys. You look at his neck, it's not as muscly, it's not as tense. You look at his eyes are a little bit looser, a little bit further apart. His hair is definitely looser, more bushier. It looks like it's swaying in the wind. It's more natural looking. It reminds me of Kid Goku more. You look at his muscles on his arms, they're not as boxed up. He doesn't have as much going on. What does this allow for? This allows for more fluid animations. This allows for it to be looser looking. This allows for, not as much detail has to go into this dude having his triceps, his all of his muscles as detailed as possible. It's going to allow for, different stretchings of the scenes. It's just going to look good, guys. It's so refreshing looking. It even has the original orange gi back, where before it was more of like that dark blood orange, the dark red color. This looks so much better to me. You look at his shoes, we got a redesign there. He actually has on the base of his shoes on the bottom of his shoes an actual base, where before it was just the red and blue with the strap with the tie. Now it's actually the red blue with the base at the bottom. Just alone, this allows different angles for the way that his shoes will be bent, things like that. And then of course the power pulse coming back. Now, does this have anything to do with what may lead to quote unquote Xeno Goku? I don't think so. I mean, it definitely can't. If you read the Dragon Ball Heroes manga and you read this, Xeno Goku and Standard Goku are actually two different beings altogether. And I can explain that if people are curious about that. It's one went through the events of the movie and the other did not. One is aware of God form and the other is not. So let's get past that. So guys, on staff, original author, script, and character design is Akira Toriyama. The director is going to be Tatsuya Nagamine. Animation supervisor is going to be Nahiro Shintani. Art director is Kazuo Ogura. And of course, Masako Nozawa is still listed for Goku's voice actor. So we do have a change there. And if I recall, it was the animation supervisor that changed. It's either the director or the animation supervisor, one of which, or is it the art director? One, I don't know. All right, I don't know off top head because I'm freelancing this to you guys. I'm not speaking with any bullets in front of me. So, but one of them had superseen like all the original movies. So that's why the build of Goku was pretty much the same throughout the movie. When you introduce new people like this allows characters to be designed a little bit differently, and allows for a more new experience. They're going on record to try and make this the best looking Dragon Ball movie of all time. And it's also an important detail to note that this is going to be a Dragon Ball Super movie, not a Dragon Ball Z movie. So, that's dope. So if you're looking at your movie collection, you're going to notice that all your movies are Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods, Dragon Ball Z, Resurrection of F. Now you have a Dragon Ball Super movie. This is going to be the first of many new things to come content-wise for Dragon Ball in the upcoming years. This is great news. I love everything with this character design. His shoes look better to me. I always hated how he didn't have the base. It allows for his shoes to be stretched in different ways animation-wise. It's got the original orange gi. It's so much easier on the eyes. Goku actually has a lighter tone overall, which is... Goku is naturally a little bit darker in the manga, I believe. That's why GT Goku's kind of dark. But just notice when you're putting new people on, this is why you're able to get these types of changes. The power pole coming back, I feel like they're making more of an homage to Goku in the original Dragon Ball. I feel like that's why the power pole is coming back. Now, if Goku can implement this in his fight style, that's going to be dope to see him use that power pole again. That's going to be sick. And for me, it's iconic. The power pole for Goku is just as iconic as the Kamehameha and the Nimbus. But yeah, guys, that's really all I got for you. Of course, I'm going to provide you guys details on Dragon Ball as it comes. If you're looking for somebody who's going to post these things day of, like 2 a.m. and things like that, that's going to be more of geekdom style. That's not my style. My style is to cover it with my opinion inserted, and don't consider me like an official news outlet, because if you're lingering around on my channel for the latest updates, it's usually going to be a day later, dude. I got a life, I got things to do. Dragon Ball is a passion of mine, and I love to share my thoughts and opinions on it, and when I have time to, that's when I issue out my content. So with that said, guys, this is great news. Let's stick forward to it. Make sure you check out that teaser website, let's look forward to this. This is going to be great. We got 2 episodes left of Dragon Ball Super. Speaking of which, I intentionally have not been looking at the spoilers for these last set of episodes, so I have no idea what's going to happen. So if something crazy happens, I'm going to be genuinely surprised. When it comes down to Dragon Ball Super being the Goku show and Goku versus the foe, I don't want to watch the spoilers, because typically it goes down the same way. Goku's gonna more than likely win. So if there's any curveballs that are gonna be thrown my way, I truly want to be surprised by this, and that's why I'm not looking at the spoilers or not even the episode titles. I don't want to see none of that stuff. So when I do my episode reviews and I'm talking to you as if this is all new information to me, it's truly because it really is. Alright, so stay forward for that. Of course, I will have an episode review this upcoming Saturday, and if not Saturday night, it'll be Sunday morning. So keep that in mind, guys. Alright, that's it, man. That's all I got for you guys. This is dope. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Later.